Hello and welcome to Fin Business. We're in conversation with Pramod Sharda, the CEO of iSwap. So thank you so much for talking to Fin Business.
Welcome.
So there are many areas, if you speak about technology that is important for BFSI sector. And today if you look at BFSI sector, it's going through a major change. And in fact the challenges as well. The transformation is at its high if you specifically look at BFSI sector. And in fact the government is also supportive. So if I ask you, because you're one of the global company who's giving solutions to many sectors including BFSI, what kind of technologies are important specifically for BFSI sector right now to achieve the next level of growth?
Technology per se, like mobile banking, net banking, all this are there.
Yes.
But this is for consumers. The consumers are the ones who are benefiting from this right now. What I believe, I think for banks today, I would more like to focus how internal consumers, their internal employees are able to embrace technology, utilize that, implement that, and benefit from that. Because consumers are benefiting anyway from the out of the world which is there. So I would say the biggest gap right now, which I feel I find is about collaborative platform available for all the banks, largely the cooperative or nationalized banks, which have a huge workforce compared to private banks. Even to go forward with the platform, I believe what we found out, they do not have even an email address.
Yes.
A big gap. So I would say that banks have given the best of technology to consumers, but haven't done anything for the employees today.
Okay.
So when it comes to large workforce, they would say the bank managers or the key staff of each branch has email address or the best of platform. But rest clerical staff or other staff do not have access to an email also, a basic thing. So I would say I am more focusing on the internal employees as consumers to benefit from technology, rather the BSF are right now looking at outside world. Because outside technology are already there, launched, getting embarrassed, getting used. But what about internal people?
Right.
There is no comparison, there is no competition amongst banks to enable their internal employees today to embrace technology, get used to technology, and able to compete and work more productivity higher, everything is best. So I think that is where the issue is, and that is where the opportunity is also right now.
So Pramod, it's a very important observation, and nobody will disagree with me on the fact that it's a need of time that the bank and BFSI sector entirely need to adopt the technology, specifically not only a technology but the advanced technology, and need to upgrade it timely. But what is your observation? Why the gap is huge? Is it reskilling is the problem of the employees, or is it the budget for the banks, specifically for the cooperative banks? Because the issue that you raised is specifically with the small banks or the cooperative banks. So is it the budget is the problem, or is it the mentality that the bank has?
First is the mentality, because they do not find, maybe they find it not justified. Why would an employee who is just supposed to communicate with it internally within the bank or the branch? An employee today is limited maximum to his branch, not more than that, right?
Absolutely.
So there is the need, the mentality is that why would he require an email address or a communication platform right now? So the first is mentality. And maybe some banks would not share the same mentality. So probably the cost of enabling a large workforce to come on the platform. So maybe some banks is the mentality, somewhere it is the cost. Even this has not been agreed. They agree, okay, they should enable the cost. There's two things, So I think I believe the CTOs, CIOs, and the management need to come together on a table and believe what is their vision. How can they get them on the one platform? How can they limit cost but make them available to the employees? So it is going to be like a collective decision by the CIOs to push it and the management to accept it if they want to grow, compete with the larger banks, with the private banks and foreign banks, and also most important in future, retain employees, because the myth is that
if you don't have technology,
like 20 years, but today it is not like that. The young cadre which is coming right now to join banks, why would they stick to a bank if the bank is not technology savvy and giving the employee, they are giving consumer the benefit, everything to consumer, but not to employees then? Why not?
So the situation is really grave on this front. Okay. So what are the necessary solutions that you have? What are the necessary solutions that the industry should adopt? What are the basic technologies that industry should adopt to go away with these challenges or to cope up with these challenges?
As I said, right to email is the first step. Every person should be enabled with the email address. Second, basic things like video call. I can just talk to somebody quickly right now.
Yeah.
It's a 2 minutes job. I have to just pick up a call, ask he's there or not. Third, chat, instant messaging, chat softwares are common because you may have some work, you may call somebody, he's busy. You may call the mobile, the person is busy. WhatsApp, SMS is the unofficial messaging app, right? So today if you have a chat software, you're working in your company today, just leave a message, hi, I tried calling you or whatever is there. Then something like our own private drives.
Yes.
There's so many documents which keeps on floating around, right? Why give them one place where all documents are kept which are reused again and again?
If you look at reality, advance payment is a big area, whether the digital payments, whether the wallets, whether the even eKYC, Aadhaar enabled payments, all this has been changing rapidly. In this scenario, what are the changes that you think will happen going ahead in next 3 to 5 years or 10 years down the line? And whether if you compare those changes with the small banks like cooperative banks or the rural banks or the urban cooperative banks, will the model which they are applying right now is sustainable?
I believe the cooperative banks are going on a big challenge right now. Why? Because they've just finished implementing something which was a decade-old technology.
Yes.
Like a core banking or a net banking, a mobile banking. They struggled hard to cope up that first. A complete transformation which is going to happen for them, because what they believe is the best they have got right now, they can't just sit right now and say, okay, great, we just finished this, we got the best of it right now, because whatever they did is almost quite old. A decade more where the age people, like young people are coming up more and more, and the older generation is getting less and less. There it will happen, but today, right now, the way it's happening is too much. Like there's no clarity. Everybody wants to do something. The banks want to do something. They were investing money. They believe by doing this, they may have less footfalls. It's not happening. So it's a challenge. And the cooperative banks, they would feel that they have got something, and this work is finished. It's not like that. So it is an ongoing process. But speed is important. How fast you want to do it, and how spread do you want to do it? Because you may do it with 10 branches with one facility, but it's not going to happen. Make sense about it. You do it full, all out, or you don't do it. So I think this is going to be a big change completely over here.
All right, Pramod, it was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for those great insights. It was really wonderful talking to you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot,
so much, Pramod. Thanks for watching.